Hi there, I'm Rebecca and a really warm welcome back to my channel, PumpkinBecki. In my second ever video I made a lovely garden for my friend George. Unfortunately, after a winter, a spring and half a summer of growing, it's gone a bit crazy and it needs reworking. That's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. So first off, let's try and assess what we've got here in the garden. As you can see, Erigeron profusion is living up to its name. That's the lovely daisy, and it is taking up now most of the pot. This was tucked just behind George's doorway, which was sort of in there-ish. I think the gypsophilia may have died off. I can't see it. This is adorable. The little Cobweb Sempervivum that I put in has stayed small and it's had babies. Tiniest babies. I love that. That's so sweet. Well done for staying true to scale. But mainly what's happened is the whole level has sunk. We are down about that far, further down than we should be. So what I'm going to do is take everything out, put some new soil in which will add some goodness but also raise the level, and then put things back once I've assessed them, maybe done a bit of dividing. This is Pratia pedunculata, the little tiny blue star flowers. Silene Acorlis Francis is still present, that's the little moss. Here's Cymbalaria pallida, which is a little tiny toad flax. And then the little dark fern is the Leptinella squalida Platts Black. That's spreading really well throughout, so I possibly need to divide that. And this is Crassula sarcocorlis, which is the one that looks like a little tree. I've got this hook tool, which is going to be quite useful for getting in between the plants. What I'm going to do is use it to just sort of loosen up the root balls, try and divide the plants from each other. So there's Erigeron profusion, nice sized plant. Actually, the roots haven't gone too mad, so that's good. Definitely needs a bit of deadheading. There's the little moss-like succulent with more of the Leptinella squalida Platts Black popping up through it. I just want to see if I can reveal a bit more of this root here, because it's such a pretty shape. It's already looking very bonsai-like. And being a succulent, it shouldn't mind too much being handled like this. These roots go down a long way. Ugh. Yep. And there's the little toad flags. So sweet. So now I'm just going to go through with my hook tool, try and break up the compost that is in there. And I'm just getting rid of any clumps of roots that I come across. And what I'm going to do next is just add in some multi-purpose compost. So I've added around 3 inches of fresh compost to this pot, and don't be fooled into thinking that alpines don't need feeding, because they do. So I'm going to add some slow release fertiliser and then begin the process of adding the plants back in. I'm going to start as I did before with the Crassula, which I positioned just about here, as close as I could to the edge, and just make sure those roots are nicely firmed in. The next plant I'm working on is the Erigeron profusion. And what I want to do is just go through and deadhead, take out any deadwood, and I'm also pruning back probably most of it to a nice strong shoot. It looks really harsh, but it's quite a good time to do this job. It's getting hotter. It's already been very hot, but it's getting hotter. And the plants will want to conserve their energy a little bit during the summer. So they will stop actively growing until it cools down just a little bit. And that means that we're really likely to have a second flush of growth. You can do the same thing with geraniums and lots of other perennials. And by deadheading, we stop the plant putting all its energy into producing seed. Because if it does that, it thinks its job's over for the year. You could just go at this with shears, but as this is meant to be seen in some detail up close, I'd rather take my time and do it stem by stem. And I'm going to pop it back into the back corner where it had been before. You can see already that the middle is dipping. I have brought some extra soil with me. Here comes the Silene Acaulis. I have got another gypsophylla which I am going to have a try with. I hope it makes it. It's worth every now and again just checking your positioning with any large elements you're putting into your fairy garden. Here comes Pratia pedunculata, which is those lovely little blue star-like flowers. Now I've got some more of these Cymbalaria. I can actually start to spread them out around the planter a little bit more. And now I've just pulled the Leptinella back to, actually it looks like it's the original pot size that it was when I bought it. I want to try and stop the door from sinking, so what I've got is a piece of crock. I'm just mounding up the soil, firming it underneath. I'm going to use it to just help keep the door section upright. I've just added in some akadama, which is a substitute for gravel today because I haven't got any. It's actually a very expensive bonsai soil and really not intended for fairy gardens at all. And the last jobs to do are to put George's flower pot back. Oh my gorgeous George, I love him. Now he and the flower pot and the doorway are all completely weatherproof, so you could leave it outdoors all winter long. All these plants, bar the previous gypsophylla, came through winter absolutely fine, but I love George so much, I wanted to make sure that he was safe and that his paint was protected as much as possible. So I did bring him and the doorway inside, just pop them in the greenhouse over winter. They were absolutely fine in there. Now these plants will start to spread again. I will give them a water in. And George's garden is restored. Right, that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to rate, share and subscribe to me here on YouTube. And until next time, bye!